A swearing-in ceremony. Music to the ears of the IBEW leadership far and wide. But in Bakersfield, California, scenes like this have been happening with happy regularity. And the reason is, while different sectors of the energy industry live through changing and challenging times, the local has been up to the task. When the price of oil dropped, a lot of non-union workers were laid off. But thanks to IBEW 428's culture of organizing and growing opportunities in the green energy sector, a lot of these non-union workers were able to be tested, organized, and put back to work. Like all IBEW locals, Local 428 is dedicated to local hires. And when the California Resource Corporation signed a PLA and brought on a new IBEW signatory contractor, Local 428 was dedicated to ensure that the local workforce found a home in the IBEW. Much of the local economy of Bakersfield has been built around energy, and it has been a wild ride. As the price to fill up our gas tanks goes up and down, so does the need for people to work in the oil fields. On the other side of the energy coin, you have companies capturing the power of the sun and in need of a workforce to build the huge solar plants to maximize its energy. All of this can have a whiplash effect on the ability to supply the manpower when and where it's needed to do the job. And Local 428 has been a master at moving the chess pieces on the employment board. Let's start with oil. The California Resource Corporation is a major independent oil company that recently signed a project labor agreement. When the IBEW was brought in, to say the transition from non-union to a union workforce was fast is the understatement of the year. The process was put into place over a weekend.
Their fear was that they were going to get a new contractor with all new people that did not know their oil fields, they did not know their locations, they did not understand their procedures and their safety requirements, and that it was going to be total chaos for them. So I wrote an MOU that allowed everybody on that property that wanted to could go to work for whoever the new contractor was that was awarded the project. So nobody lost their job, nobody had to go home and tell their wife and kids that they were now unemployed because the union got rid of them. Everybody that wanted to work was out there.
When all was said and done, more than 80 workers went from non-union to union with Contra Costa Electric.
It went very smooth, actually, and our client was quite pleased because it was basically having 80-something guys working for 3 different companies on Friday become one company on Monday and actually lose no service to the customer. Making that happen in a 2-day transition was difficult, but we were able to successfully do that.
One of our largest challenges was just making the transition from the hall to out to the field, and IBEW was fantastic in that and helped us to move those members in quickly and get them up to speed and move them out into our fields in a very timely manner. Contra Costa and IBEW work very well together. On my end, it's been seamless.
One issue that is changing the lives of many of the newly organized workers is the training and education that is now available to them as a benefit of the IBEW.
Some of these guys basically spent their whole career doing 2 or 3 things, and they said, that's all I'm good at is these 2 or these 3 things. A man that's done that for long enough, he kind of knows that's his worth to a company, unfortunately. And so I had a couple of gentlemen as well who were actually quite emotional when we talked to them about their skill sets and opportunities for improvement through the apprenticeship program and also through the journeyman classes. It's been a wealth of knowledge for these guys and a big opportunity for growth.
IBEW training is not only opening the eyes of our newest members, it is also noticed by the customer.
It's working very well. We're noticing that our workforce is safer, they're more educated, they come to our fields ready to work, and they're transitioning through the process much easier. I see us expanding, quite frankly. As the oil price continues to move and we put more people in our field, we bring in a lot more members who are more qualified, and we hope to put a lot more people to work.
Because of its location in South Central California, Bakersfield is also attractive to large solar energy companies. There's a lot of work, and IBEW Local 428 is doing what's necessary to grow its membership and become a key player in the renewable energy game.
Well, there's a lot of positives with these contractors in the solar world. Actually, in the last 4 years, we have built in Kern County right at 2,000 megawatts of solar. And last year alone, our membership in Bakersfield is 695. We were working 2,000 individuals in Kern County for the entire year of 2016. So the timing of the solar projects, and as they came up and got online and started to be built all up through the county, it gave us an opportunity to take a lot of the displaced oil field workers who did have electrical experience, process them and get them into our system and get them out on these job sites as journeymen or sub-journeymen at an apprenticeship level, and also to take a lot of the other displaced oil field workers and find them positions out there in a classification that we call CWP, which is a panel installer. And it gave them the opportunity to get out, have a job, learn a little bit about the trade.
As work continues at the Beacon Solar Plant, these are jobs that not only provide an in for the IBEW today, they are not going away anytime soon.
Well, this project is important to the City of Los Angeles Department of Water and Power because it's part of our integrated resource plan, which includes targets to reach renewable energy mix of 33% by 2020 and 55% by 2030 and eventually 65% by 2036.
A promising career, a fair wage, a comfortable lifestyle. All things that are part of the IBEW mission. All things now available to new Local 428 members.
Honestly, things at home are better. You know, I'm not stressed out, fearing for the loss of job. I know I'm represented, and I know that I have a job, and I have somebody that has my back.
Before I was non-union, I had to come out of pocket for all of my benefits. So, like I said, for a family of 5, I was paying quite a bit each week, and now, you know, I don't have to worry about that. It's all taken care of.
Man, I love it. I love it. I've met some really good guys in the field. I have friends today outside of work that I've met in the industry. It's really good people, you know, joking on the job and having fun, but at the same time, I've learned a lot from some of these guys. I have a lot of journeymen I really respect and look up to and want to model my work after.
Industry is investing in this proud California city, about 100 miles northeast of Los Angeles. And as long as there's work for skilled labor, IBEW Local 428 will do its part to make it happen. From Bakersfield, California, for IBEW Hour Power, I'm Matthew Walton.